Still hot. Oh, can't be doing with it. Some people really like the heat. I'm not one of them. But little one's only just gone to sleep because it's just too hot. Hot. So what was the title? Oh yeah, Afterlife, Tesla, and Qanon. I don't know how this is going to go because I've just randomly scribbled all this down. Hi, Tapper777, and I always write it down dead quick and then I can't read it. So I'll leave the. I was going to do the talk about Afterlife first. It's just going to mingle into each other because to me it seems to sort of mingle in with each other, I think. But I was trying to say today, earlier on, I said I'd repeat it a little bit, about I watch a guy called, and I'm really sweaty, shiny. Well, just started watching a guy called Huff Paranormal. And I know someone said they went on, hi, hello everybody, make America great again, make Britain great again, make the world great again. And I know, what do you think about him? Because I asked people to go and watch him. Now, some people don't believe stuff like that, but this will all interlink, I think, with something else after I've spoke about this bit, because I've got a little bit of section on that, then a section on Tesla, which I think interlocks, and then it's Trump and QAnon, which is also a bit strange and sort of interlocks with Tesla. So the spirit things interlocks with sort of Tesla in my head, and then the Tesla interlocks with Trump and QAnon. So I'll just see how this goes. So I only came across Huff Paranormal, I think it was the other week actually, and I'd seen a couple and I've started to watch a lot of them. Some of them are a bit freaky. Don't believe him with his homemade. I don't know, because people have said that, but I know they have apps out and he's made an app, and I know he doesn't just have the thing that he made, the soul speaker, whatever you want to call it. He used to do it on the little Panasonic old one, voice recorder, but a digital one, I think he said it was. And when you try and buy them off eBay or anywhere now, the prices have gone way up because they're that popular. Everyone wants one. Didn't Trump's uncle get some? Oh, wait till I show you something in a minute when I've got this bit out of the way. Yep, wait till you see this. I was just like, oh my God. So, put aside that, I just think, you know what? I believe an old crow who comes on here sometimes from America has had people speaking on a recording thing or his phone or something, because it's all right. I believe there's spirits around us. I believe in God, as in the creator. I'm not religious, but I believe there's a source creator. Call him source, God, whatever. There is a creator, but I'm not religious. You don't have to be religious to think that. And I do believe we go to a place called heaven or whatever it is. I've been seeing dead people for years. Very scary. You can't see. I think once you see, then it's like that thing again, and once you've seen something, you can't unsee what you've seen. I used to date somebody who said they used to, and odd things and that, but it's like I said, we don't see in, I don't know, what would it be, 4D, I don't know, like I was saying this morning, but I do believe you can feel a presence, feeling, off waves, what would you call them, energy waves or whatever, and we know there's things you can't see, but I do believe they can come through energies, electrical currents and stuff like that. And so this box that he made, because that's how they used to go through white noise or whatever, through radio static or what, but he said it's not static. That sort of makes it longer for the communication to come out or something, he said. Yeah, and that's what he says on Huff, because the thing I like about Huff, whether you believe it or not, you can just go and watch it and just like it for whatever. My worst was a man bricked up in it. Really? Well, the thing is, he said that there is what people call, if you're doing this, you're going to get in contact with the devil or demons and all that. But I see it as you'll get in contact with spirits, but there are good spirits and bad spirits just like people. So when you're on earth, on this plane, there's good and bad people, as we all know, with what's going on in the world right now. But there's always good and bad people. So I believe when you pass, your spirit, because I believe you do leave your body, your soul leaves your body, because this is just, your fleshy sort of, you drive the machine sort of thing. That if you're a good person, you'll that's how you are when you pass, and if you're a bad person, that's how you are as you pass. But I think maybe you'll get sort of a chance to sort of redeem, and maybe I believe that you sort of are put on to think about the bad things you've done if you've done bad, and you can help to move on to the light, or whatever you want to call it, by doing certain things. But all that aside, he said he has been in contact with, what you'd call evil ones and people who've tried to deceive. Because this morning I was saying, yeah, I believe in life after death. I do believe that there are those in the spirit realm that also like to deceive, because, if that was Obama, Bush and Hillary on that side, they'd still deceive you and say this wasn't true, and they try to scare you, because everything, even on this plane we live on, in our reality, matrix, whatever you want to call it, we still have these deceivers, as we know, and they will lie through their teeth, as we will soon find out on the IG report, and swear down that what they're saying is the truth. Because I think it was Mefanwe who came on earlier, I just love saying that name like that, and I've heard this before because I watch so many channels on spiritual stuff, this, that and the other, and and this was just a fun chat about this anyway. It doesn't matter if you believe him or you believe me, it's just a fun chat to see what people think. The scales of I can never say that name, yeah. There is a universal law, and no matter if you're evil or good, they both go by a universal law. And I think there's 7 laws of, I did write it down the other day and I chucked it away by accident. And I can't remember what the name of the law is. There's a universal law. So how the evil ones use it, if you want to call it, the bad ones, like all these traitors we know about. I like Huff's box, but I would like to see what's inside it and how it works. I actually Googled it, and he tells you how to make one. Because he said the way he made it just makes it clearer instead of these little handheld things. Even though his handheld device, like a old-fashioned Panasonic voice, recorder. They're really good. But I forgot what I was saying now. What was I saying? Oh, that's what I hate about chat sometimes. I'm like, oh, I forgot. What was I saying then? Not Tesla, Huff's, yeah, the deceivers. So the deceivers on this realm, don't they? With what's going on now, they will lie through the teeth. So the universal law is they've got to tell the truth. But how they do it is, as we all know, mainstream media lie. They put things out there in visions. And the thing is, how they lie as well, because you've got to tell the truth, they do it in a different way. I don't know. I just tapped in Huff Paranormal and just was looking at a few of the different things, and it came up on Google. When I've said about films on Netflix, we all know about Netflix if you're in with a QAnon thing. They put films out there, and they put books out there where they say it's a conspiracy, or look at this film. People don't believe it because it's a film and you see it as fantasy. So these films, if someone said to me, oh God, it's really like that film, you go, oh, no, because it's only a film, it's not real, is it? It's just a fantasy film. That's how they get the truth out there, with a few twists in it of what's going on. Because believe it or not, the film Hostel, not that I would watch it, that's real. There's a lot of stuff they put out there, but because you think it's just a film and you don't think it's real, you forget about it, when actually they do things in reverse. It's like, if you all go into it, it's like the thing with follow the light with God, and even on the Huff box, it says the spirit talk, when the spirits come, the good ones, they say, it's the light, it's beautiful. That is the light of God, that is the light of love. Now, if you're following the wrong light, it's Lucifer. It's Lucifer. They always harp on about, oh, the real light, is Lucifer. And we all know who Lucifer is. So they do it different ways. We talk about the light being the light, in heaven being the light of God being. They talk about the light, but they're talking about Lucifer, the false one. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but they do it by, they twist things. And also they can, like Rosenstein was lying yesterday in the court thing, if they make out if they think they really believe it, then it's their truth, because they are, yeah, and they are psychopaths, and that's what psychopaths do. They believe their own lies. So they believe their own lies. If they believe that their narrative is real and it's the truth because they've said it that many times, then to them it's real and they're not lying. So that's how they get around it. They don't see that they're lying because they see it as truth. So hi, Foxy, Foxy, Foxy. So that's how they work. So this soul box. Oh, thank you. This soul box is just like, I know I got a shout out on We the People, but I wasn't watching it at the time it happened, and my dad told me. I was like, no way, thanks. I was trying to get his attention, but I don't think he saw me saying thanks. But I don't know, it's just really weird because he's had some really freaky ones on there, some really scary ones in haunted houses and that. But the spirits that supposedly came through, which I believe they were, because he uses audio of someone, and if it's that person who's passed, because the Bourdain one's good and it sounded like him, turn it around so it's reversed, but then they reverse it back so it's talking. It's just mad if you watch it. Hi Gavin, I've just seen Daddy Dragon over there. I really wanted to go and watch it, but I'm going to sort of talk about that in a minute as well. It comes up on, yeah, he's called Steve Huff, but I just find it interesting because the thing is, there's a lot of people on YouTube that talk rubbish and a lot of people that talk truth. It's like the stuff I'm talking about. You're getting people talking truth and then people who don't know, they're a bit mixed up, and then people who are trying to put people off because they're deceiving. It's everywhere. They'll deceive on YouTube because they don't want people knowing. So they'll make, it's like the QAnon phenomenon. They're trying to make out, it's not real and not that, but we all know it is. You only have to see the breadcrumbs and everything that's happening at the minute. But yeah, some of them are a bit freaky. I've not watched all of them. He did one on XX Tentacion the other day, and that was, I just thought it was really good. But the ones that come through, he's been in hospital when he said the bad ones come. He said, but you've not got to be scared. You've got to be in the light, and have a lot of love. And you've got to know that they try and deceive in that realm like they do here, with Bush, Hillary and Obama. And they try and deceive, and they just try to scare you because they'll say things, but he said they can't hurt you on this plane. They're not physical, so they can't hurt you. But he said they will try and put the fear in you because it's to get you off the scent, because I really believe there's a lot of weird stuff going on in a minute now, and we know that in history we've been lied to, and there's still something dodgy going on with the pyramid thing, and people don't really know what was going on there. We've been lied to in history, so, oh have you? We've been lied to on history. And I think a lot of the things that have been put in place, especially with religion and different things, is to put us off the scent, to keep us like looking at something else and not at the fact that maybe, just maybe, I'm not saying this is for definite, so don't go mad, maybe we can be in contact with the spirits, our spirit world, and they've kept us from that, because why would they want us to know that there is an afterlife? Because a lot of people say there isn't an afterlife, and we carry on and our souls don't die. I think it wouldn't be to their advantage for us to know that. Obviously when you get there, but they don't want us to know on this earth that, if you know what I mean. I just think, because also they know something, this group of evilness that we know about, if you follow Q, with the satanical thing as well that they all do, and these spirit cooking and flipping these rituals that they do. So they know something about spirit. It's all right saying, well, they're from the evil side, the dark occult, but they know something we've not been told. That's what I believe, though they use it for evil. Whereas if we knew, I think it's quite a big thing that if we knew, well, the numbers are up anyway. The numbers are up for all of them because we know when there's things happening, but for definite, it would have been a long time ago, their number would have been up, this good versus evil, because we'd know, but we've been kept from it. That's what I believe. We've been kept from it. Babylon. Yeah, there's loads of things you always hear about. Yeah, Satan's children. That's what I mean. You get, it's my friendly troll. It's like I'm saying, you have good people. So if we're good and you hold a lot of love and light in your heart, then you're children of God, aren't you, really? Because it's positive and negative. there's lots of mad things going on. Like I said, the truth will come out, and then you have the bad people that just don't care about humanity or everything. So they're obviously, the children of the devil, because, Baphomet, whatever his name is, Lucifer, because that's how it goes, isn't it? Yin and yang, blah, blah, blah. But they've had the hold over us for years. That's why all these things that are starting to come out now, we've realised why things are corrupt. Who's been in charge for a very long time and caused all this, like I said the other day, the race wars, the women and men hating each other wars, the feminist thing, what was the other one I said? What was it, race? The men, what was the third one I said? What did I say the other day? I said it was race wars, let's all argue about that. Men fighting against men and women fighting against each other because these over the top feminists. What was the third one? There's three. Oh, religion, obviously. Religion's one of the biggest things. Religion. That keeps all the religious people fighting. Yeah, race, politics. So yeah, and it's just mad, but I really do believe, like I said, with the pyramid thing going on, to me, I'm not saying this is true, I'm just saying how I see it is they pointed up to the sky like most things do. So that's like up to the sky, heaven, spirit world. And apparently, I've seen some videos, I'm not saying this was true, but they had electrical devices then. They were actually more, brainier then and had things, but maybe they got destroyed, that they had things then, and something about, apparently they buried the dead in there with all the gold and stuff like that. And funny enough, Huff Paranormal said the spirits told him to use a gold box, but he said obviously he couldn't afford to make that radio box speaker thing out of pure gold because it cost him loads of money. But he said he managed to get for like $200 like a foot of gold wiry coil stuff, and he just connected up to a bit of his wires inside, and he said it made a massive difference. And then I think, well, I know they wanted to be buried with the wealth, but people have gone on about the stories in the pyramids of like, were they trying to connect to God's source, Yeah, Egyptian history is just like, and they even say about the texts and that some have been scrubbed, and there was, I don't know if this is true, but there was some of the things that they drew out looked like alien crafts, and there was technology that it looked like, way back then. It was a bit like, and that's why I think there's hidden technologies. But I don't know if anyone's been over to Huff Paranormal.Maybe you don't like stuff like that, but it is quite good. To me, I know we can see people and they act like they're all genuine, as we know, Obama and certain people. But he seems quite genuine. And he said that people have offered to buy his machine off him, and he said he won't sell it. Because like I said, he tells you how to make one anyway. Yeah, fallen angels came from the sky. Yeah, well, this biblical thing, starting to make sense in some bits, and this, that and the other. That's why I believe religion's sort of trying to keep people in a lot of religion third eye and your can never say it, your pineal gland. And like I said, I did one of them things where I felt like I was going through a wormhole out of your body experience and this, that and the other. But I just find his channel interesting because he's been doing it for years. He doesn't do it for money. He said he went to go on a show and someone wanted to go on a TV show, and he said he was sceptical because he didn't like TV, the media, because he said, I didn't want to be on there and them telling me what to do or sort of like what to say. He said because he wants to put his own stuff out there. And he says the reason why he's getting it out, he said if he dies, he said someone make a box and get me through. And he said I'll come. He said, but I've been doing it for years and I believe that this is the truth. And he's had more and more messages, and he just believes that, that wouldn't it be great in the future if the Book of Enoch, I've got that somewhere. If you had, I don't know where it is, I've got it somewhere. A telephone connected to spirit world. You could talk to your, people that have passed, and how I mean, how amazing would that be if you could do that? Because like people would be, they wouldn't be so sad when people passed away. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just looking for it now. I have got it somewhere. It might be upstairs. But yeah, I have bought that book. I bought quite a few books because in a lot of, I bought one on like Nordic beliefs and stuff, because I do believe in things that people were classed as not conspiracies but as myths. Oh, well, it's not true because it's just a myth, but a myth is a story that's been sent down through time, and people might have changed things in it, a bit like the Bible, and took things out, but you know what I mean? So yeah, there's just loads of bad things happening at the minute, and even things biblical. When you look in the Bible, you're like, oh, what's that? What's going on? Which goes on to, you know, like I said, check the Huff Paranormal Acts. It's really good, but I do believe in the afterlife, and I think how many. See, the thing is, if it's true, he doesn't ask certain questions. I don't know if he's on board with Q or knows any of that, but imagine what questions you could ask people. And if they can see us and what's happening, which will make me go on to Tesla in a minute, is like, that's a bit of a weapon, isn't it? Warlock, aren't you a warlock? Is there someone called Warlock on here? Am I not clicking on something? Do you know what I mean? Have they kept us away from it because it would be a weapon against them of like, you know, this truth you say in the afterlife, then, you know, oh, it's not real, is it? God's not real, heaven's not real. Oh, right, that would have been a massive weapon, is a massive weapon to us, I think. Because it just amazes me. I know, you're just going to keep going on about it, I know. Well, we'll see, won't we? But, I don't know, I just find it good. And the thing is, when he did XX and Tentition, I can never say his name right, something came through, because he said sometimes your voice comes through not as your voice that you have now. And he even did one on Stephen Hawking's, and he said he was there, and he said he's got his voice back now. Because obviously in heaven you can, you know, have things that you want, sort of things. And he said, oh, I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, someone came through and he said, I think it's him, because he was answering these questions, but we'll try and see if I can get his voice. So he played an interview of XXX Tentacion and then reversed it. So obviously it's all gobbledygook. And out of the gobbledygook, he spoke. And I've heard his voice and it sounded like him. Yeah, but is someone just saying that because he said he wasn't? Or is he selling the bits to it? I'll have to ask him. I text him today. But anyway, I just think, you know, what do you think? Do you believe in an afterlife? I definitely do. I do not believe, like it's one of them things again, why are we airing all this business, that the first time I saw someone die in front of me was with my ex's nana in hospital in front of me, and it was just the strangest, weirdest thing, because she was there and then the next minute she took a last breath and it looked like a bit of a shadow went up her neck. I can't explain this properly, but then she deflated a bit when she took her last breath. I know it sounds bonkers. I'll have to look. And mind you, he spends a lot of time doing it, and he spent a lot of money doing what he does. I don't think people who make money like people go on about Alex Jones, if you're having a place, a forum, and it does cost money to do it, so, you know. But maybe people just don't want to make them. Maybe it costs a lot to make them. But it was like her body deflated, and obviously she wasn't there anymore because she passed. But to me, I can't explain. It was like a soul just left the body, and she went, and it came out, and then she just sort of deflated, and then she didn't look like her. It was weird, and strange. Which goes on to my mum. I rang my mum this morning. She's moving bungalows in Wales, and she saw this bungalow, and she said, oh yeah, it was so much, blah, 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 blah. But I went into the, you know, the estate agents. This will make sense in a minute. And she said, and they said, oh no, it's just gone. It's gone. It's not up now or anything. Yeah, Q is just kind of red pilling people. Q is me. We all are Q. I am Q. I am Spartacus. And she was like, oh, right. And she said, because it was near a friend that she wants to move and all this. And she said it was downsizing a bit, this, that, and the other. And then 2 days after, she got some pictures through a door of other houses and bungalows and that. And she said the first one she opened was this bungalow again. And she was like, oh, they told me that it had gone. So anyway, she rang up and they said, oh, no, it's fell through. So she was like, oh, that's great. Because I did have a really good feeling about it. Oh, Q's definitely legit. Everything I've seen Q do, everything Q's talked about has come out in Futation, and a lot of it's just about to hit very soon. Yeah, Stephen Hawking. Anyway, she was waffling on. I said, Mum, get to the point, because she said there was something weird about it. Now, she said she went to look at this house with a friend, and she looked through the window and she said, I couldn't believe it. And I said, what? She went, my nana who passed the other year, my granddad's been dead for quite a few years. She said, I took some stuff of your nana's to, it was like a fake plant that looked real. I've got one in the corner. And she said, and it was in this pot she put it in. She said, I took it to the charity shop, you know, down the road, not too far away from where this house is actually. And she said, it was there in the house. She went, your nana's fake plant in the same pot. She said, it was the one that I took to the charity shop. She said, how weird. You know, because this was weeks back, or maybe it could have been a few months back. And she said, I was just like, oh my God. You know, they say things coming free. And then she said, what was the other thing? Oh, in the area where it was, she just felt it was her. And my nana and granddad were always very... She saw a bowling green with people playing bowls, which she thought, oh, because my granddad used to play bowls and that's where he died, on a bowling green. He had a hat look on the bowling green. And she went, it just reminded me of granddad, like he was saying, this is the house for you. Then, well, my Hebrew name apparently is supposed to mean gift from God. And then it's amazing. Have you seen the Cube film? Talk about that again. Oh, that's what I mean. It connects everything. And then the third thing was, oh, what was the third thing she said? Oh, the third thing was, and as she was walking through and she saw the bowling green, she said, I could just hear your nana and granddad, like as if they were talking about, oh, it's a really nice area and this, that, and the other. And then she said she rang the people up to say, yes, she wanted to look around it properly, this, that, and the other. And guess what? The people who were selling the house were two brothers trying to get rid of it. And the second name was Thompson. My nana and granddad were called, their second name was Thompson. And my mum said, she's getting that bungalow. And I was like, no way. I think that was just like, wow. You need to go and go on. You need to YouTube Joe Mass Pose, I think it's called. It's Joe and then it's Masepoes, and it'll say Q the plan to save the world. And if that doesn't blow your socks off, because that actual film, yeah, Thompson, yeah, the actual film is Q coming out, because Q's starting to come out now. It's getting bigger and bigger. You know, next month's going to be massive. I mean, we're nearly there. It's going to be massive. 4th of July is going to be massive. Yeah, well, that film, I mean, you look at that film and like, I understand everything now. How the corruptness, how they've been playing, you know, the racist thing off, this, everything, the celebrities, everything they've done is just like, oh my God. And it's just amazing. But, oh yeah, if Trump's tweeting about Q now, that's brilliant. Well, he's already done a speech, and he was doing his speech the other day and he went, blah, blah, blah. You know, because they're always like this with the hands, and then he went, and I was like, yes. And there was that guy with his Q top on, and, you know, it wasn't the same as this one, but then it takes me into Tesla, because Tesla, I was doing a bit on him the other day. Nikola Tesla, you know, he, because I wrote a few notes down, probably won't be able to read them now. He was for humanity. He was making inventions, bringing inventions. He wanted to make it a bit easier for humanity. So, you know, He brought the turn of a light switch to bring power to our fingertips. That was massive. He got a lot of his inventions and everything stolen, like light bulb and that. People took his ideas and said they were, took lots of money off him. Cue the plan to save the world. Yeah, that's what I mean. How many views? And it's just jumped up because it's gone global. It went like viral quite quickly because people know. They can put all the crap out on TV, mainstream media. We know it's all lies. But apparently he was known as the Mad Professor, which is making me sort of think, my dad will laugh at this, it was in my head, it's making me sort of think of, and it's going to come in a minute, the films like Back to the Future, the Nutty Professor, you know, when he got struck by lightning, the thing got struck by lightning Tesla, because when Tesla was born, apparently he was born on a storm, and it was lightning, and I said this the other day, and the midwife said at the time, oh, it's an omen that your son is going to be like, the child of darkness, right? Which is quite weird with all this dark turn to light business. Hebrew, that's what a lot of people talk about, Hebrew things. And his mother turned around and said, no, my son will be the child of light. So it was like, And just funny enough, on a stormy night with, you know, like lightning, he was the one who brought electricity and stuff and all them inventions that he was making, and the coil, or what it was called, this thing with all, you know, when it switches on all the electric, you know, like that, what's that thing called that you used to have years ago in like a dome, and you touch it in your hand and the electric like current things would follow your hand. But this one went out, it wasn't in a ball, the coil. I can't remember what it was, I didn't watch all of the show, but he also apparently was known that he'd said he could communicate with beings or something from out of space, which you think, Space Force, Trump, Q, yeah, the Tesla coil. Might not make sense to some, but I'm just finding it a bit strange, and I'll show you something really strange in a minute, evidence. And he didn't like women's jewellery, apparently. He was repulsed by women's jewellery, but he loved rescuing pigeons. And he had this pigeon that used to always come to him. And when it died, he said he saw its soul and the light in its eyes came out and all this weird stuff, apparently. But, yeah, and one of his quotes was, our virtues and our failures are inseparable, like force and matter. Which, funnily enough, when we talk about matter, Space Force, matter is, I watched videos ages ago about, you know, they're going about the CERN machine and this, that and the other, and they've got the heart machine, CERN machine. CERN, we know who CERN is. And they were saying something about, one of these machines, like bloody Stargate things, they were looking for black matter, like plasma or black matter, because they wanted to bring the Antichrist, which, like I said today, if you've ever watched the ceremony at the CERN tunnel, that thing with what we're saying this morning, I can't remember what it's called, it was satanical. It was weird. So, are inseparable like force and matter. When they separate, man is no more. Man is no more. But the other weird thing is, there was also talk about him inventing a time traveling machine as well, which I'll go back to in a minute. But also, what was the other thing? Tesla had, I did write it down. He died in 1943. Check out CERN and what they do. That's what I mean. It's right dodgy things going on, you know, these big machines, particle things and this, that and the other. I know I'll have to, yeah. Died in 1943. Now, like I said, TV was brought in at the late 40s, early 50s. We all know why they brought that in, to put the narrative and the propaganda across, as we all know, television. So, the 1940s, and the FBI and that, I think people started getting a bit, you know, naughty and stuff. But it said, when he died, they took his inventions and they actually... The FBI, because we all know about the FBI and the CIA, unmasked a secret file on Tesla. What was the secret file? And they said, and then it said, and when he died, that the United States government took charge of his scientific papers. Scientific papers, right? Everything he talked about was so powerful, they said, so frightening and so terrifying. What were the powerful and threatening ideas that may have threatened national security? You know, there's something dodgy going on there. He was onto something. Wireless energy. And they're going about the Tesla coil and that, but I didn't look much into it. But I just think it's all very strange because here it comes. Are you ready for this? I said, it's always going on about the same thing every time. Yeah, free energy. He said, one of these, I don't think he was in the FBI, but I know he worked for it was at MIT, someone was saying before, and if Dad you're here, I can't remember what that stood for, but it was a scientific something or other. Technology was Trump's uncle, right? Trump's uncle had these files and give them back to the FBI, but I don't think he gave all the files back to the FBI. Trump's uncle. Are you ready for this? You know about Julian Assange? If some of you might have seen this picture, but I've screenshot it now. Then they go on about a time traveller, believe it or not, but to me, it's starting to get a bit weird now. Though, like I said, I believe anything anyway, so it wouldn't surprise me. Get ready for this picture. I don't know if you can see it, pop it on my phone, but Julian Assange is at the bottom. Guess who the person is at the top? But do you see a similarity? Let me see if I can get the picture right. It's not a very good picture, but Julian Assange, they've tried to morph the same picture on each other, but this is not a good picture. So if you've seen this, you'll probably know. See the similarity? Guess who that is? Trump's uncle. I think that's quite odd because they really, really, really look like each other. Time traveller? I'm only saying this, I'm not saying it's true, but to me it's like, oh my God. Trump's uncle had the files to Tesla's scientific stuff, right? Oh, we are winning. Could he have seen something in them files to do with what Tesla was trying to bring out? Because he near the end before he died, he just went off. He had no money. He probably couldn't do the things he wanted to do because he wasn't doing things for money like these evil bastards that they are. He was doing things for humanity. He didn't care for money. That does not get you everywhere. He was for humanity to help us make life a bit easier. So was there something in them files? Because why did the FBI take it? Why did they want his stuff? What was in there? You know what they're like. Probably took it to Area 51. That is definitely thinking outside the box. But it's good to think outside the box because it's like, well, why did they want something? And did Donald Trump's uncle all that time ago actually give all the files back? Because they reckon there was missing files. What were the files that he kept? Maybe Tesla didn't make it, but he had the idea for it. Maybe they've been making it. No, money doesn't bring you happiness. You're just forever chasing it, and you know it helps, but it's, to me, they say the root of all evil is money. It's not actually money, it's your intention of what you do with your money. If I had loads of money, you know, really, really wealthy, I'd be trying to help with other stuff that they should be helping with, that they make out on the mainstream media. They are these people, but they're actually not. But it's good to think outside the box because it's just like, even if you're thinking, God, this is really whack, what is she talking about? But it is like, you know, the FBI are dodgy. I'm not saying everyone in the FBI. Why did they want this? What was missing from them files? And then you think of films. You start thinking of films like, I don't mean Terminator, but you know, all these like Back to the Future films, you know, because don't forget they do twist things around. Who's a mad scientist? The one where he was in the car and the electrical, you know, it was electric, but he wanted the what was it? The lightning to hit it to set the, I don't know. There's all these weird things. Time cop. Yeah, just loads of things that they put in movies. Don't forget, a lot of the movies have a lot of truth in them. Because they have to put the truth out there but they do it in a certain way because it's universal law. Everyone lives by universal law. If there's aliens, everyone lives by universal law, if you really want to go into all that sort of stuff. Which I think, yeah, we all have to use this law, but they twist it. It's just mad, but it's just really exciting times to be alive, because even if this isn't true, it's just bonkers, but a lot of things make sense at the same time. And here's another one for you. You know, they go on about Russia, Russia, Russia. Trump was, thinking with Putin, well, what's this picture? What's this picture? When this president was in presidential, whatever you call it. What's this picture? Oh, let's go fishing. Let's go fishing. Putin and Bush. But I'm not saying Putin is powerful. So is Trump, together with another someone as well. But what I'm saying is, this picture, they didn't say anything about Bush and Putin, did they? They weren't all going, oh, what's the word? They were thinking with each other about, doing this. Everything they're saying about Trump and Putin, why weren't they saying that about Bush? Yeah, it was. It was a sandwich, sort of a picnic, but it was. Hi. Oh, thank you for saying what you said on We the People 24/7. I wasn't there when I can never say his name. Scouts shouted me out, and you said, yeah, you like my personality and everything. That was really nice, because we love Americans as well. We love everyone around the world. But this picture, everything they're saying about Trump at the minute, exactly everything they're saying about Trump at the minute. Oh, Russia, Russia, Russia. Putin. What about Bush then? They used to go fishing and stuff, because he was having a meeting with him. I'm not saying Putin's bad. I'm saying, why did they never say anything about Bush? Why is this not brought up? No, because it's Trump every single time, isn't it? Every single time. The reason why is because they hate Trump, because they know Trump's powerful. They know he's a patriot. They know what he's trying to do. Like I said, what JF Kennedy was trying to do. But we've got more now on our side than we did then. And that's why they're not winning and we're winning, because Trump, what was I saying? Trump's a winner and Putin's a winner, believe it or not. Julian Assange, I think we're going to see him shortly, soon. I think something's going to happen with Julian Assange. Time traveller. Doctor Who, Doctor Who. Also, over on We the People, Daddy Dragon was on, so I've missed it. I don't know. I'm getting dry lips again. I don't know if I'll be able to go and take it back a little bit. But apparently he was talking about the Mayor of London, Qanon. Hang on a minute. The Mayor of London, Qanon, yeah. The reason it is that way, they were going to use uranium. They sold it to Iran, nuke the USA, then blame Russia. Exactly, they were going to nuke. They were selling uranium. They were selling it to Iran to nuke the USA, because we all know they don't like the West. The elites, and then they were going to blame it on Russia to start World War III. They were going to start World War III by blaming it, nuking the USA from Iran, and saying, what was that? This has just fell off the wall. Luckily, it's not glass. This has just fell off my wall in the hallway. I don't know if you heard the noise. It didn't really have a picture in it, but I was like, how's it fell off the wall? Because it's been talking about, and it actually says something on the front. This has just fell off the wall. Hi, and it says, life is a journey, enjoy it. This is weird. It's not the years in your life that counts, it's the life in your years. Oh my God. Well, that's what I've just been talking about, spirits. Because what I was meant to say about that's just fell. Did you hear something fall? That's just fell off my wall. Luckily, the picture thing inside is not. Oh no, it is glass, but it didn't break. That is what's just fell off the wall. I'll tell you another story. So, just because that's just happened, I'd like to say that when I was talking about spirits before and the afterlife, I was meant to say this before. Yeah, it just fell off the wall. My kids are in bed, so you know. Some people do things in the religions and believe that they're going to go to a better place when they do evil. You know what I'm talking about? Virgins and all that and blah, blah. They'll have a better afterlife. The thing is, when you're on earth in this realm, us made of flesh, when people go, what's life about? You're here to live your life. You're here to live your life on earth. Thank you. You're here to enjoy life on earth, to do the things that you love doing, and that's why I'm saying a lot of the things in the world we always go, well, why is this happening, and people are dying, and there's wars and there's famines and all that. These famines, I mean, there are things that do happen naturally with natural disasters, but these things that are happening, Ebola and AIDS and stuff like that, famines and that, a lot of them have been man-made. They're there for a reason, to do stuff. It's all about money and oil and all this stuff. We're spiritual beings. We want it to come down, we don't know, as we want to come down in a physical form so we can touch things. That's what I'm saying. When you're in the spirit realm, you can't. That's what I was saying about Stormtrooper. That's what I was saying about the Huff Paranormal channel. He's got people talk. They've even said on the, you know, even if you don't believe it, the spirits have said, wow, this is amazing. You're like, we can talk through this thing. You've got to keep doing what you're doing, because they can't. Well, they can make things move because they manipulate energies, don't they? That's what they say. But to me, if you in human flesh on this planet, it's not all this, I'm going to do stuff for the afterlife. The afterlife is there. That'll be good too. You've got to make your life on this earth now physical. Physical. You're here to live your life in this realm, and then when you pass to the next one, you know, you've got that one as well. But it's not about doing things on this planet to harm people and this, that, and the other, because you believe that if you harm people on this planet, God said, because God would not say that, you know, you're going to have virgins in heaven and your life's going to be great and then you can blow yourself up while you're at it as well. No, you're here to do good things in this life. Because believe me, on his channel, he said there is a hell, so be careful what you do. Because to me, the Creator would not tell you to go around doing evil to other people. It's like I've said, you don't do what you wouldn't do. You don't do to other people what you wouldn't do to yourself. But that literally did just fall off the wall, and I can't believe it's got that saying on it. And when my nana passed, a bit after my nana passed, I used to get like that now. I used to get like a sound of like a pebble drop on the floor, because I've got wooden floors, but there wouldn't be a pebble on the floor. So I've got crystals and things up there, but there wouldn't be anything on the floor. And then my sister, it happened to her a couple of days later, and she heard it, but she's got carpet on the floor. So work that one out. They can manipulate energies. It's about energy. We come from an energy force. Our Creator, God, whatever you want to call it, it's an energy force. Spirit is energy. They work through energy. That's why I do believe when you see these David Icke videos, people are like, oh, they're going on about reptilian thingies and they suck off bad energy. I do believe it's because, like I said this morning, if you come from a negative vibe, if you're a nasty person or evil and you like doing evil, psychotic things, you're in a negative place. So you will attract negative energies, negative entities, or whatever you call, because they suck off that sort of energy. If you're a positive person, you're going to get like positive energies and positive things happen to you because you're attracting it. Like I said, if you hang around, if you're positive and you start hanging around, be careful who you hang around with, your friends, because sometimes you have friends who are negative. You start hanging around with them people, you know them people, you have friends that you get around and you think, oh my God, why did they bother? They just drain me. I feel depressed when I come away from them. They're just depressing. You just feel so sucked, you know, they've took all the energy off you, because 11/11 is a big awakening thing. 11/11. That's what I mean. There's all this stuff we could sit here and talk about for ages. Pyramids, 11/11, synchronicities. I saw a lot of synchronicities. There's two over here right now. I've talked about this before. When my nana passed, I went to the charity shop and my mum was chucking a load of stuff out. I still can't believe this has fell off the wall. And it just had that picture and I've not even changed it. That's not me, by the way. And I went into the charity shop. She took a few things there. And there was this pillow in the charity shop. And I thought, I can't believe she's took this pillow to the charity shop, which a friend actually, because I like thrift shopping, a friend actually got it for me from a charity shop. No, I had this pillow from a charity shop. That friend got me from a charity shop. She just seen it and said, oh, I thought of you, like cupcakes, because I like cupcakes and stuff like that. And she said, I just thought of you and I just got it. She said, it was just from a charity shop, so I washed it and that. And I was like, yeah, it's really cute. So my mum was chucking some stuff out. My mum was one of them, she'll chuck stuff out and she don't ask you. Like, she just chucks it and goes, oh, I didn't think you wanted it. And I'm like, Mum, you get on my nerves. You didn't ask me. You do this all the time. Walking past the charity shop, this is in the window. And I'm thinking, I can't believe she's not asked me. She's just took it to the charity shop because she thinks I didn't want it. So I go in and buy it for like £1 or £2. Yeah. And I go in. Oh, I like thrift shopping. I'm not into labels and stuff like that. It just doesn't bother me. I'm not about the ego and all that. And I went in and I come home and I was like, oh, it wasn't mine. But I got it bought in a charity shop off a friend. And then I bought this one back in the charity shop because I thought she took it and she hadn't. Then I went in again because I thought she's at it again, even though I had that experience. I was like, she's at it again. There was this little teddy bear with a heart on it that my son had, a little bear, and it was in the window and I thought, oh, she's trying to get rid of some of his toys. I'll have to go in and buy it again. Oh, no, we didn't. We went in the charity shop with my youngest one. And I didn't know that he'd come out with the shop with this bear in his hand, so he'd robbed it. But I didn't know that because I think he thought it was his because he had that bear. And I thought my mum's put it in the charity shop. I thought, oh well, I'll take some stuff back to the charity shop, make up for that. I got home and thought, well, he must have just thought it was his. She took it to the charity shop. It was the same bear. I already had it here. She hadn't took it, but it was still the same bear. Then there was something else. Oh yeah. Kelly, who watches me sometimes, watched me from the beginning, had sent me, because I've had people send me things before, was like a mug saying, I'm a little princess on it or something, I don't know, with diamantes on it, and it had, what are them flump things called? Marshmallows in it and hot chocolate. And my mum had took a load of mugs to the shop and that was there, and I thought, no way, that was off someone, it was a bit sentimental like, and I was like, oh, it's, I don't know, 9:55, and I thought, I can't believe she's brought this in, so shop the next day, and that mug was back in there, but actually in the packaging, not the mug I'd just got, but the same mug. I was just seeing double of everything everywhere, and I just kept, I don't know if you understand what I mean, but it was just mad. Synchronicities. See, there's a lot going on, and 11/11's been going around for a bit, and it's got stronger and stronger, and then they're going on about the Mandela effect or whatever, and all this stuff's coming out. It's like, to me, it's like the wild world awakening. People are getting woken up in different styles. Even if you don't know about Q, you will do soon, believe me. And there's lots of things going on. But before that fell off the wall and disturbed me and distracted me, I was talking about Daddy Dragon on We the People. And Daddy Dragon is from England, by the way, London. And he was talking about Khan, apparently, because, yeah, watch out for Khan. Watch out for Khan, watch out for Theresa May, and watch out for Merkel, because, yeah, might not be in their positions very soon. Because don't forget, some people in the UK don't like Trump because he said London was a shithole, but let's face it, we know what's going on down there, and he's not lying. And apparently, the big blow-up thing they've got of Trump, the Trump haters in the UK, because the the Daily Mail, and the Guardian tried to make out the whole of UK hate Trump. No, we don't. Just stick your narrative out there to make other people what hate him. They got to blow up Trump in a napping. I was saying this morning, and this guy was whinging. No, I haven't yet. I will do. Let me write it down again. Or did I? Oh, no, I think I went and subscribed, but I've not watched anything yet, so I will try and watch it. I said, oh, he'll be dead offended because he's dead mad and gets dead offended. Trump will laugh his head off at that. But Daddy Dragon said they've got big banners that they're going to put up. And Amy the bacon lady, they call her, because she's the one who got arrested because she was eating a bacon sandwich in Speaker's Corner in London. But, you know, some of an ideology, very offended by bacon sandwiches. So she got arrested. How pathetic. This is the way the world's going, but not for long. She said she just want to get her hands on it and pop it, you know, pop it. But we welcome Trump, I do. I can't believe that just fell off the wall with that on it. I just can't believe that just fell off the wall with what we've just been talking about at the beginning of this chat. Life is a journey, enjoy it. It is not the years in your life that counts, it's the life in your years. And that's what I'm trying to say about that before, is it's not to think about, I must do these things to have a better afterlife. Yes, I think you've got to be good on this planet if you believe in the heaven and hell thing, because you don't do bad things to go to heaven, people. But don't be thinking too much why we're here and all that, because I think a lot of truth's going to come out. But you've got to enjoy the life, the years in your life. You've got to enjoy this realm that we live in, because I do believe we go to another one and you'll enjoy it there as well if you're full of love. Everyone goes on about the thing is love and a lot of things, the light and love, because it is. It is about love. It's what's in here, not always what you're being told and stuff. And that just proves it really, because that just fell off the wall. I went to the back kitchen because I've had new glass put in. I thought the glass had fell out and he'd not put it in properly. Yeah, we want heaven on earth. That's what it is. We want heaven on earth. And I think we could have had heaven on earth, but these elites took it away. They've hidden stuff from us. Brought up in the Huff paranormal program actually spoke about that word, because I hear that a lot about people say. He said a spirit came on and said, God is real, God loves everybody, God is like, God's name is, and said that name. This spirit said. So I've heard that name a lot, this, that and the other, and there's all these things about Arabic this and Hebrew, blah, 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 and all this. Big numbers, like, numbers have a lot to do with things, number language, certain, you know, shapes like circles and triangles. Numbers 3, 6, and 9 are quite strong numbers. I live at number 6, I've just realised that, and guess what, guys? I've got 2 black bins, because you normally have 1, but I needed 2 because I used to be a childminder. And it's really funny when I put 3 bins out, 666, which makes me laugh. But then there's the other thing of, on here it says 15 people watching, 11 thumbs up, 111, 111, take the 5 out. But apparently my name in Hebrew means gift from God, so, you know, there's that as well, there's that. But I live at number 6, so, number 6. But it makes me laugh when 3 bins go out, because I just think, oh my God. The devil lives here, not. But yeah, so I don't know if any of that made sense to me. The spiritual thing. Yep, 666, the neighbour of the beast. Yep, the beasts. Well, we all know who they are. But to me, the spiritual sort of things ties in with the Tesla thing, ties in with the Trump thing and everything else, because I see it as, whether you believe in the afterlife or spirits and this, that and the other, like I said before, there's lots of things to do with religion and race and this, that and the other that have been hidden from us in history, and we haven't been told the truth. Which, before I go, I will just share with you some Q posts that I've not properly looked at again today, because I've been quite rubbish looking at the Q drops. But let me see if I kept it on here. I'll just read some out. Probably won't make sense to some people if you're not following it, but whatever. I'm going to read them out anyway. It said, well, there was this freaky one, seeing who's been talking about satanical stuff. This sign here, they brand people. This is what people don't know. We do have slaves, and they brand them the sex slaves, right? But just remember some of this stuff I said, even if you think it's bonkers. You have now been marked with the brand of the sacrifice. The lives of those who bear the brand from the last drop of blood to the last moment of your agonizing death, because we all know what they do, will feed life to the new child of darkness. What? See what they're all like? So there's that one. Then there was this sign that was thrown out. I wonder what that is. Masons. And then there was, I'm just quickly going through them. One of the guys who was talking about the shooting, I can't remember where it was now, but guess what necklace he had round his neck? Masons. I'm not really going into all that. And then one of the key ones that I really loved was the 28th of June said, yep, sounds like Hillary Clinton. Happen. Conspiracy, no more. Think of every post made, sorry. Yeah. Think of every post made. It would force us to prove everything stated to avoid looking crazy, correct? You know, because conspiracy people who believe in it are crazy, aren't they? What do they fear most? Question mark. Public awakening. If they ask, if they ask, I know, but I just isn't really thick, I don't know how to get on it. If they ask, right, I've lost my place now. If they ask, they self-destruct. They know this is real. See, attacks. We have been getting attacked. The build is near complete. Growing exponentially. I can't say the word. You are the support, we the people. People will be lost. People will be terrified. People will reject, because they will reject the truth when they find out, because they won't be able to believe it. People will reject. People will need to be guided by people like the anoms like us that are trying to tell you what's going on. You'll be going to other people's channels then. We need to help you through it. We need to show you what's going on. People will be guided. Do not be afraid. We will succeed. Timing is everything. Think Huber. Think DOJ, these are underlined by the way, / FBI reorg, which means reorganisation, because we know we're getting rid of the corrupt ones, like we're getting rid of the corrupt judges in the Supreme Courts. Hint, hint, IG report. Freemasons was good bills, they didn't show blueprints. No. Think sex / child arrests / news, yeah, the pedos and everything. Think resignations, loss, and then in brackets, loss of control. How do you remove evil in power unless you reveal the ultimate truth? Ultimate truth. You ready to blow your brains with everything? It must be compelling to avoid a divide. I was saying about they're trying to divide all the time with race and all this stuff that they're doing. In brackets, political attack. We know it's political. / optics. We are the majority, growing in brackets. And then under with dotted lines underneath WW. And then sheep no more. You know, don't follow the sheep, just following everyone else. Together, Q. Whoop whoop. Womp womp. Or Wang Doodle, was it? Wang Doodle. Was there another one? Just check. No, I think I just took them pictures. But that one, I'm sorry, it's amazing. They look like each other. One's Trump's uncle and one is Assange. Keep putting that little name in your head, Julian Assange. You know, where is he? Is he going to make an appearance? We'll have to see. But yeah, I've probably left a load of stuff out. But do you think most people will be woke enough to handle the truth? Well, that's what they were saying, because this is the whole thing. They said when it all drops, like I said before, they said people are going to, like, end up in hospital or, like, I don't know, some people might have a heart attack. Because believe me, I know quite a bit of stuff, but, like, the ultimate truth, like, but that's what I mean. If you're awake, you're prepared. I'm prepared for anything, as in, like I said, think outside the box, anything. He was a time traveller. Is there aliens? Is there is hidden technology and stuff. I don't know. I'm prepared for anything. There's nothing now that would not shock me, because I've heard all the horrible stuff and this, that and the other, and I just think, Oh yeah, some will be suicidal or they'll be doorknobbed, they'll be doorknobbed. Yeah, oh yeah, sorry, people hate, yeah, that I know. Yeah, some people, sorry, I thought you meant the elites. Yeah, us normal people, when they start waking up, yeah, they probably will be suicidal because I think there's going to be that much. They're going to have to bring that. At first, they were going to say they were only going to let us know so much, but because of how they're playing it, the left side, trying to portray, different things with Trump and all the stuff that's going on as conspiracy theories and lies, it's got to all be dropped and to see the light of day because like I said, conspiracy no more, but that many people, I'm getting things up and down, that many people are just like, yeah, I don't know how they're going to take it. They're probably going to, it could be bad for some people, just there's going to be people who are going to be like, oh my God, I always knew it. There's going to be people that know it anyway because they're following the same thing. There's going to be people that are probably suicidal. They're going to end up in hospital. They're going to end up very ill for a while. And there's going to be some people, keep searching. Yeah, I've looked at well, the Illuminati, the media, Illuminati, the elites, the Mason, them secrets that they're all in the same thing. They're all connected. They're all evil, basically. They're not for humanity at all. They don't care. They just care for that group of whoever they are. Well, we know who most of them are. But I forgot what I was saying now. Oh yeah, Facebook, Google, Comedy Centre. Oh yeah, all them things that we think are great, and they've all been infiltrated in there, and that's why they can pump out their narrative. You can go on Google and look at this, and it's saying that because they're just thinking you've got over. Oh yeah, and some people are just gonna be that adamant that it's still lies, even though it's there in front of them with proof and everything in front of them. They're just not gonna because these people who don't believe anyway and don't believe in Trump and this, that, and the other will be that adamant that they just can't let the guard down and think, right, I was wrong, right, I was wrong because I followed. It's not people's fault if they're wrong because when this drops properly, there's a lot of stuff dropping, but when it comes out to the, how it's going to come out, because if they've been watching a lot of TV and they believe in what they see on the news and that's sort of not their fault. They've just believed that and that's what they've been given because that's the only thing that they watch and believe. We will have to help them. Well, that's what Q and that said. We're here to help. So, when all this hits them like Q and then start seeing people on YouTube talking about Q, they've been talking about it for months or since last year, and everyone's like, how did you know what was going on? What is this thing? Q reference, Godfather 3. First few lines of Godfather 3. The only wealth in the world is children. More than all the money, power on earth, you are my treasure. Red line crossed, exposure. Yes, because there's a red line. And the thing that everyone thinks to go for money on this, but the most thing important to the evilness is the children and what they're doing to the children and what they've been doing for the children for a very long time. And they've crossed that line because it's children. And when people find out about what's been happening with the children, the truth, not what they said Trump was doing, but what others are doing, but much, much more, and it's awful. When they find out about that, you cannot stand there and say, if you're on the left side, the Democrat side, whatever you want to say, you cannot be in that group and not think, oh my God, forget what politic things you're on. It's who's doing the right. It's who's bringing truth out and your morals. It's where your actual heart and your morals stand with what you're going to find out. That's why I'm saying unite. Forget your race. Forget your religion fighting. Forget your bloody men versus women, stupid feminist women going over the top. You got to put all that aside and wake up. Kids in this country, it's global, and we don't care at the end of the day. As Eddie OK said on his channel, he got kids, and he did a great speech a few weeks back saying, "I haven't got kids." He said, "I haven't got kids, but it's like they are all my kids, worldwide. So these things are happening. If you haven't got a soul, you wouldn't care. You don't like these people don't care about what they've done to these children. So they've crossed that red line because you went after our kids. It's bad enough just going after other things we've fought for and ripping countries of natural oils and all different sort of things. But when you've gone for the kids worldwide and what you've been doing, that's the biggest thing. We're not standing for it. Eddie is such a good bloke. I think he watches some of my channel. There's a lot of people waking up. It's like I said, there's a guy called Zara and their channel's Titans TV, and his channel he does, and other people have speakers calling this, that. They're all sort of waffling on about the same thing, race and that, and this, that, and the other, and religion, which is good, and things are coming out because they keep saying on channels, we need to talk about this is a problem. When things are hidden, like I said, all this stuff in past history and this, that, and the other, if we've been told lies, we're all squabbling over different things, but if we were told the truth, we'd be able to get past it and think, right, this is what's happened, this is the real truth, what we're going to do, we need to unite, let's make heaven on earth for everybody. It's not for one set of people, one set of race, it's for the world. We all live different areas, we're all, do you know what I mean? Heaven on earth for everybody, it's for humanity. When the child abuse is exposed in the US, the UK population will unite and the shit will hit the fan big time. Exactly, and it'll just go global. Even though a lot of people in countries around the world know of Q and know what's going on, still we have a lot who are asleep. Some are waking, but some are still asleep. So when they all wake up, like I said, there's more of the people around the world, we the people, patriots of every country around the world that know this is wrong and it's immoral, blah, 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 are not going to stand for it. And they know that because there's more of us than there is of them. Free State UK got the hate crime ban lifted the other day. Oh, did they? See? Things are starting to happen and it's going to be happening a lot more. And Q said it's a movie being played out, so let's watch it. Get the popcorn in. I don't know why I'm singing. Will it? Yeah, it's just, I just can't wait. That's why I need to get off here and start going on researching a few bits. And did you see that, Dad? That fell off the wall. I don't know if you were still in when that fell off the wall. Shit myself. Talking about spirits and that fell off the wall. I will say it again. Life is a journey. Enjoy it. It's not the years in your life that counts. It's the life in your years. Who's a YouTuber? Or are you talking to someone in chat? I get confused sometimes when I'm talking, but it's like I said, they said it's an amazing time to be alive. There's lots of things going on. Countries rising. Loads of people talking about it on the internet. It's great, but like I said, make sure you go and watch that film, Q, the Plan to Save the World, because you see it all there. I keep putting it in people's channels. And they like some stuff I said, but I think, have you actually gone and watched it? Forget about, if you don't know who Q is, just go and watch 9/11 US, 7/7 UK, research, the truth will come out, definitely will. It's actually on the Q map as well. So I'm going to go because I'm it all because it is quite head pickling, and like I said, when it all drops, a lot of people's heads are going to be pickled, but we'll be there. Maybe that's why I was meant to come on YouTube years ago. Well, not years ago. Hi Joe J. I'm just going now. Maybe that's why I was supposed to come on YouTube, because I don't know why I made the channel. I just like chatting, but maybe this is why, because building up to this, it's all I'm talking about at the minute, because truth needs to come out, and that's what we need to do. I've got a platform, so I'm using it. So maybe that's why, but I still can't believe that picture fell off the wall and stuff. And I actually picked some, what was it? Let's see. Talking about portals before was quite funny, because I do pull out oracle cards sometimes, and one of them said expansion, amplify your positive emotions, amplify, and the portal, the potential gateway, which this picture makes me laugh. People go on about the tree life. We're living on a realm, as above so below. There's a heart in the middle. It's all about love and light. Yeah, things. Oh yeah, these are fake. I've used to talk about these in lots of videos before. They're called Nature's Whispers, because we know nature is medicine. And I believe they were talking about, I don't know if they've already talked about, I've missed it, or they're coming on, talking about natural medicines and herbal things, because we all know really that's what we should be having, and that's what the elites have tried to take away from us with man-made stuff, because they know the things in the earth are meant for us. They're meant to help us with, you know, illnesses and stuff. It was put there, if you want to say, by the creator for us, but no, they have to give us a crap to keep killing us and keeping us ill. Yep, keeping us enslaved in the system. Yeah, and as my dad would say, there's only two types of people in, To the deep state, there are only two types of people, those who matter and those who don't. Guess what? Club we're in the one that matters. They're in the ones that don't give a shite. Garlic, what was that about? Oh, I love garlic. I was going to try and grow some elephant garlic, but I haven't. I will next. Oh no, I think I can grow it, can't I, still? Yeah, the great oracle cards. Yeah, nettle tea. I make my own tea actually sometimes. I've got some orange and chamomile that I made myself. I've got some corn growing in. My dad said I won't get much off it, but I'm trying it, Dad. I'm trying it just to see, and then next year I'll put some more in. Even if I get a couple of sweet corns off it, I'm not bothered. I'm trying. Tomato plant, if I don't kill them off. Lemon balm tea. That sounds nice, especially in this weather. But I know I'm going now, but yeah, I'm going to keep harping on about Q until you get it. And if I don't know if Joe J, if you've seen the film that I keep harping on about, it all just makes sense. You just have to watch that one film, and that one film will. It's only on for like 10 minutes, but that will make sense. So I'm going to go and fix my picture. Fell off the wall after talking about the afterlife. Yeah. It's dinted it at the top. Oh, there's another noise then. It's my son upstairs in his bedroom. Oh, right, so I'll see you again soon. I'll most likely see you over the weekend because obviously something, there's more drops coming, so I'll probably be talking about them. Probably more on Tesla. But yeah, just think about that. Time machine. And anyone who's just come on, I'm just showing that picture again because I just can't get enough of that picture. I just think like, I have seen these pictures put of celebrities where they look like people in the past and they look really, but this one is Donald Trump's uncle, and I'm sorry, but I know this isn't very good on this, so you can't really see it well. Julian Assange. This is where they've tried to impose it on that picture, but this is Donald Trump's uncle and Julian Assange. But when you look at that in a proper light, you're like, oh my God, the features are very similar. Time traveller. Doctor Who. Anyway, so thanks for all coming on, and I shall see you soon. I'm just too hot. They look alike, that's what I mean. It's when you actually see the picture properly, not on the phone, it's so uncanny, like if you put a wig on, if you put Julian Assange's hair, because it's quite white, on that picture of Donald Trump's uncle, it's like, oh my God. And just to say, for those of you who might have come on, Donald Trump's uncle found FBI, but there was some missing. Donald Trump's uncle, Assange, looks like Donald. They said about time traveling, so I'm just throwing that out there. Yeah, night everybody, and I'll see you soon. And if anyone, new people have come on, because I know a few new people have come, over. Hi, hope you don't think I'm mad if you don't know about Q, but and I shall see you soon. Bye. Oh, yeah, no, that was it. Bye.